Okay.
Are we live now?
Totally live. Can you hear me now?
Fun stuff. This is weird because I normally start the stream off, do the big welcome, but this isn't my thing. So
Yeah, I don't really have any dramatic music or anything ready to go. So we're
it's just
live.
weird. It's weird taking the passenger seat.
Alright, so I'm Anthony Anthonomaly from the Salt Lake Hearthstone community page, and I'm with Kai from the Utah Valley University Esports, and this is basically the first of what we hope to be many kind of episodes, I guess, maybe weekly or monthly, in which we'll try to talk to some of the people involved in the local Hearthstone community. And we have Kai with us today because he actually has a couple of Hearthstone-related things going on this week. Starting tomorrow, you'll actually be having Hearthstone tryouts for your team. How does that work?
So it's kind of funny. So Blizzard puts on their TESPA tournament type thing, and they don't do a very standard format. I lied. So they do a standard format as far as like a conquest format, but what they do is they allow 3 people to play the same deck at the same time. So you have a team of 3 that are all looking at the same deck and looking at the same cards, and collectively you're choosing which cards to play and whatnot. And so TESPA announced that they're going to do that again this year, and we want to make sure that we have a team ready to participate. And so a lot of it would just be kind of looking at ranks, what their standard ranks are, and ability to work well with other people, and that's kind of what's going to determine whether or not you make a team. Hearthstone's not as popular as most of our other games, and so I don't feel like there's going to be a whole ton of people that trying out.
Yeah, it seems difficult trying to turn Hearthstone into a team game.
No, yeah, I agree. I think it's a cool way to do it. But yeah, it's very difficult to make a single player game into a 2-person game. Then there's no ways for you to do some sort of, like with StarCraft, it's a single player game, but they also have 2v2, and then they have Archon mode, and
yeah.
I mean you can go all the way up to 4v4s. But with Hearthstone, it's trying to play Magic the Gathering with 3 people playing one deck. It's just kind of
yeah, but there were some casual things like Two-Headed Giant that people would do.
True.
So
yeah.
Someday maybe Hearthstone will add some sort of 2v2 function at least.
Maybe.
But
they do it sometimes when they have the co-op. What's it called? Tavern Brawls.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's slightly different.
Yeah, it's interesting how they made that work in a sort of co-op way, but still people can choose to screw with you.
Right,
by they give the boss taunts and everything, but people can still just direct damage your face or something. What are you doing? I've had that happen a couple times. It's just why are you wasting my time? But
no, I think I've only won the co-op Tavern Brawl once, the 3 or 4 times that I've had it now.
Yeah, but you said there's 3 people playing one deck, so does that mean you're only recruiting 3 people, or are you going to have alternates, or?
Yeah, we can have alternates, and then I have to go back into the ruling, but I'm pretty sure you have more than 1 team per university. So we could have, say there's 6 people that try out, we can have 2 teams instead of just the 1 and, 3 alternates. But yeah, so again, it's really finicky because Hearthstone again is a single player game, and almost any professional tournament you see, it's just one person playing against another person, and then you're part of a team, but that's slightly different than playing 3 people per deck.
Yeah, I used to play chess, and you'd have chess teams, and you just basically had the top 6 scores counted toward your official total for the tournament.
Right, and I used to run cross country in high school, and that's an individual thing, but you compete as a team, and they only give points away to the top 8. And
Yeah,
so if you have 5 people finish in the top 8, then you get more points than the team that
so
only
it's
had
kind
1 or
of
2.
odd that Blizzard is choosing to do this weird format instead of just having like the individual players compete on an individual basis, but like representing the school in general.
Right. Well, and I think it's a cool idea because there's not a lot of like, at least for UVU, I think we have 1, maybe 2 legendary players that like consistently get legend. I know the University of Utah has a little bit more people that rank higher, but it's a really good opportunity to have like a teaching as you play type of thing. Of you guys can talk about it, and the person that's the higher level can essentially teach the other 2 choice or whatnot, or someone think of other reasons why one card is better than the other just because of probability or whatever.
Yeah, and even if you're like at a high level player, you still have classes that you gravitate towards. So like you can always have knowledge or at least more experience in things that other people don't. Like maybe like how Amaz used to basically just be like the go-to person if you wanted to see or play Priest, and even though Priest was weak, just because he knew it so well, he would always do so well in tournaments just playing Priest.
Right. Well, and then outside of the esports thing, I help cast Hearthstone events, and me and what's his name?
Drew.
Drew. Corkscrew. We talk about it all the time, like, well, there's this play or there's this play, and just between the 2 of us, no play's bad per se, but there's plenty of options to do it, and then you just kind of affect the RNG or kind of the fate of the cards in the late game of what card you play first and whatnot. So I think it's a different format. I think it's an interesting format, especially trying to include the most amount of people as possible. So we'll see. So we're looking to field as many teams as we can. I think we have a full team. The other nice thing about it, it's not really a time play Hearthstone type of thing, and it's one of those we can just kind of the other teams that we got like Overwatch, Disco. Those are very much time commitment type of things where you need to have, let's say, you need to spend 5-10 hours practicing every day, not 10 hours, but 5-10 hours a week to practice as a team. Whereas Hearthstone, I mean, you can play on the train or you can play in between classes and while you're studying and stuff like that. Whereas the other games that we're holding tryouts for, you don't have that luxury.
Yeah, it's really convenience, but also in a way it's kind of inconvenience to set up events for it because most people are playing on Wi-Fi only devices, and there aren't that many places that support that kind of thing, other than unless you had everybody meeting at Starbucks all the time.
Right.
But even then, it still can be dubious if you have 10, 20, 30 people, because then the Wi-Fi just isn't made to handle that many people.
Sure.
But looks like the tryouts are basically from Monday through Thursday at night only. So.
Correct.
And so how exactly is that going to work? You'll just be watching somebody, or play a legitimate game or something, or?
Yeah, so we have a sign-up form, and in that form we are asking for your preferred role or your preferred classes that you enjoy playing, and the archetype of classes, as well as your average rank, just so that we can kind of know. And again, this is just more for an opportunity for people to play in a competitive setting. So we'll get together Monday night and get to know everybody and have them play a couple games against each other. And usually we'll kind of decide on the person that will be the captain of the team will be the one that usually has the most consistent high rank, or is usually always playing or knows the game fairly well. And then we'll announce the team at our opening social on Friday.
Yeah, so what's going on with the social? Looks like it's only going to be for a few hours, but I hear that there's probably going to be 100 or so people there.
Yeah, and Someone actually mentioned this. I was actually away out of business, or out of town on business the last few days, and so someone mentioned that the event is only for a few hours, but it should be from 6 to 11.
From 6 to 11? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
the event currently says just from 6 to 9. And
alright,
it's also bring your own computer, so there's going to be a lot of actual gaming involved in it. It did seem like 3 hours was a little short for something that you're asking people to bring
yeah.
desktops to.
Yeah, so I just updated that, so now it is updated from 6 to 11. But yeah, it's a BYOC. We have computer labs that we can use, but we just that lab only has 55 computers on campus. So now we've had to go to these BYOC events where we have this network infrastructure set up where we can just hold LANs. Yeah, we're on average we get about opening socials, and we'll have all of the announcement of all of the people on teams, all of the roster releases, and then we're having some like side events. It's gonna just be like it's just gonna be an open LAN where you come, bring your computer, play whatever you want. But we'll have food and prizes to give away. But then we'll also have other like organized side events, so like a 1v1 tournament for League of Legends, a 3v3 event for Overwatch,
And you got a Smash too.
Yeah,
there's a pretty big Smash scene down there.
There is, and we're having our Smash team tryouts at the opening social. So lots of stuff to do, lots of food, lots of prizes to give away. We got some a SteelSeries headset, a keyboard, some mice, a bunch of plushies, some pop figurines. So yes, we got lots of stuff to give away, lots of time to game, and yeah, we're really excited.
And I think that's pretty much it for the week, but it's a pretty busy week for you, it looks like.
Yeah, it was a busy week. Last week was fairly busy. Last week was rush week, and so that was kind of just us being out on campus and kind of promoting our club and getting more people to sign up and know that we exist, which is always fun and exciting. And so, yeah, so with rush week done, and now we can focus on tryouts. We're really excited for this next year.
You have any fairly concrete plans coming up in the next month or so? And Blizzcon's coming up pretty soon too.
Yeah, so we have BlizzCon's coming up. We do stream days for the World Finals is coming up in October. We're planning on doing a viewing party for that. We're going to be joining forces with BYU. And then I'm trying to think of some else. We'll have I know this is just Hearthstone, so we're trying to figure out what other Hearthstone specific stuff we have coming. I can't think of anything currently. We might do like a what's it called? Like a winter break type of thing. So before everyone takes off for the holidays, we'll probably do some sort of Hearthstone specific tournament then.
Okay, cool.
And then we might do some of the regional pre-qualifiers and stuff like that. So I know the U does it, but I think there's a fairly large community as well in Utah County, and we can kind of cater to them. And so instead of having them drive up to Salt Lake, we'll just have it.
Yeah, we're working on trying to get everything more intercommunicated with each other, because people just don't naturally do that apparently.
Yeah, there's a lot of organizations now, a lot of working parts, so I think it's essential that we all work together and kind of keep everyone up to date, because we don't want to hold an event the same day as somebody else, in case we pull some of their people that go to their events, and we know when we hold an event and it's off track of what the U does, that a lot of the U people come down to us. And
we did actually have a conflict last year around December that kind of made some people angry, so hopefully we can avoid that.
Are you referring to the Hearth side?
Yes.
Yeah.
But that was a Hearth side event that was in conflict with the University of Utah, but hopefully we have a better standard line of
it is vice
communication
versa.
so far. Well, uh, we did actually notify the president at the time, CJ, and he just kind of either forgot about it or didn't pay too much attention to it.
No,
So,
yeah. No, you made it seem like Hearthside was in the wrong.
oh well, I just mentioned them first, but like they both scheduled a thing at the same time.
Right.
And
Yeah, I think.
and yeah, but Hearthside events was scheduled like 2 months before, like in
Yeah.
advance. So it was kind of the you just not paying attention.
Which is fine. I mean, stuff like that happens, and
Yeah,
I
but
think everything turned out, and everyone was able to participate.
but
So I think we've
do
pushed
you
ours
do you have
back.
any more news about what's going on with Hearthside? There hasn't been any play lately that I noticed.
Yeah, so we finished up. I believe the end of August. No, sorry, the beginning of August is when we finished up. And then with my involvement with, I had to take a little bit of hiatus. I finished. About doing some
Yeah, yeah, we'd like to.
type of mentality and run a whole collegiate scene where
Yeah, we'd like to have something
monthly
more
seasons.
locally representative instead of just. I think most of the year the major events have basically been qualifiers for the Tavern Heroes, so we'd like to have something kind of more representative of the local area, so that you can actually tell people like you're the best in in Salt Lake or something for the month or whatever.
Right.
So we're working on that. Hopefully, we'll have the framework ready to go in by the beginning of next year. We're also working on an actual ratings system. We're adapting the ELO system to use to represent to have a better representation of player skill levels and have that kind of yeah worked out by then.
Yeah.
So let's see. If you guys want to look up the events or the pages or the groups we're talking about, you can go to facebook.com/groups/UVU Esports Club, or you can check out Hearthside events at facebook.com/hearthside.events. Or you can just visit us at facebook.com/saltyhearth, and we try to keep all the news in one place so that you don't have to go everywhere yourself. So, I don't know. You like doing this, or?
Yeah, I think it's great. Almost making like a podcast type thing.
Yeah.
Either
that
bi-weekly
will
or
require a little more funding than zero, though, for this. Right now, this is basically free for video, but putting it on a podcast, well, maybe we can figure something out with that in the future. But I will put this up on YouTube, and you can share it to the group or pages too in a bit too.
Perfect.
And we'll hopefully be able to keep doing this with all the other various groups. Maybe get all the groups together in one place, even to just talk about Hearthstone.
Yeah, I think it'd be great.
All right.